Hi everybody, Dan Illman here taking a look at the Labor Day co-feature on closing day at Saratoga. Here's the field for race number 3, the Grade 2 Bernard Baruch Handicap. $200,000 is the purse. We're going 1 1/16 on the Mellon Turf Course. Only a field of 5, but it's a very evenly matched group. Chad Brown has L'Imperator coming off of a pretty solid win off of a very lengthy layoff in a race where the number 3 NYC was troubled. You don't have a lot of pace in a short field like this. We'll throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector, and you see that the number 1 Tell My Daddy is expected to be up close to the pace as he was last time out in the Lure Stakes. NYC, the number 2, should also be close, and NYC was close to a fast pace last time out. He might not have to work as hard to be close in this race. L'Imperator is more of a mid-pack type. I would expect him to be sitting back in third, hoping that maybe the 1 and the 2 provide some hitting in the early portion of this race. I don't think this pace will be very, very fast. That could help the number 1 Tell Your Daddy. Let's watch Tell Your Daddy's most recent race, the Restricted Lure, on August the 7th. Again, there was no pace on in this race. They ran 1, 2, 3 all the way around the track. You might want to give extra points for the horse that finished 4th, Dreams of Tomorrow, who is also in this race and might get a slightly better setup. Tell Your Daddy earned a 100 Beyer speed figure for this race, this career best. He really seems to appreciate Saratoga, and he could have a tactical edge if he is able to get to the front. He must be respected for trainer Tom Morley. The 2 is NYC, and NYC and the 3 L'Imperator come out of a similar race. We're going to watch that effort right now. Both of these horses were returning off long layoffs. NYC is down towards the inside. Watch him get completely stymied in the stretch by traffic trouble, while L'Imperator had a clear run on the outside. You'll notice that NYC is actually running a little bit once he gets clear. It was a deceptively good effort for NYC, who won second start off the layoff, albeit on dirt last summer at Saratoga. As for L'Imperator, he began his career on sort of the minor circuit in France, running at sort of the little tracks, and Chad Brown was able to take him over. He ran on the Saranac first start of his North American excursion, and he did not run very well in 2020. He went to the sidelines. It was probably a good move because we saw a much different L'Imperator in the race we just showed you. He sat back in mid-pack behind a pretty good pace. He got to the outside. He rolled him down. Now we get a class quiz and perhaps a little bit of a different pace scenario. The number 4 is No Word, another horse making his second start of the year. This one did some very good things last year for Todd Pletcher. He was second in the Belmont Derby, and while he didn't do much in his seasonal debut, a 2 other then, he was going a pretty demanding 1 1/8 that day, and the horse that finished directly in front of him, the 7th place finisher, rebounded to win the state-bred West Point Stakes with a gaudy 99 Beyer speed figure. You can expect No Word to improve second start back, and he has shown adaptability from a pace standpoint in the past. He might be able to stay closer. We saw Dreams of Tomorrow get up for 4th in that paceless Lure last time out. Despite really having nothing to run at here and a rock-solid 96 Beyer speed figure for Shug McGahee, that race broke a mini 2-race win streak, and like many McGahee-trained horses, he seems to be improving with maturity and distance on the turf. Dreams of Tomorrow is a horse that could use some pace. He might get a better setup than last time, and he could be rolling late. It's a pretty tough race to be sure. While NYC is the trouble horse, and I think a lot of folks are going to be focusing on NYC and Tell Your Daddy is the best last Beyer horse that might have a pace advantage, I'm going to give L'Imperator for Chad Brown another opportunity. I think this horse showed a lot of promise in France over those minor tracks, the reason why Chad has him, obviously, and his most recent start, he did kick on very well in the stretch. In this short field, it might come down to kick, and I think L'Imperator's kick is just as good, if not better, than anyone's in this race. So I'll go with L'Imperator in the Bernard Baruch Handicap Monday's co-feature on closing day at Saratoga. Good luck.